My chat is unscrombulated. Just close the lock on the window. Back. Yay, and I have chat. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Hello.
Hi.
Mrs. Typing sounds are on stream. This is streaming their typing noises.
Yay!
My entire ass. I'm blogging your fucking stream announcement, you ungrateful parsnip.
Just checking I was on the right one. We're playing Gray Area again.
Woo!
That should be fun.
Hi.
Hello. This is great.
Oh my god! You know that post about the evil Wii? And like I made a load of like game names? Oh my god, I love some of the tags people are putting on that. It's so fucking good. Like, somebody says... somebody says, missed opportunity to call it the Weevil. And then somebody else says, the Me Maker, but it's all fucked up and scary, and the Me's look angry. That's the main we look. Said that.
I watched a video the other night about the Me iceberg. Interesting.
Somebody called Krynos says new Super Smash Bros. Game, but there are only two fighters. Buzzy Beetle and Stanley the Exterminator from Donkey Kong 3. The only stages are Conga Falls, Poker Floats, Gower Plane, and TK-75.
Do people not like Gower Plane?
Items cannot be turned off, and we brought back tripping. If my tripping happens constantly and it deals damage, you can go from 0 to 300 for walking a few feet.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Did we get the extra health? Do you think?
Yeah, I say we go for it.
Okay. I had this memorized recently, but I'm not sure. What?
I haven't put that section since the someones were changed, actually.
I see. Yeah, I had this memorized recently. I'm not sure I still do. Let's see.
Imagine if I memorized you.
Man, I'm so excited for my roguelike, by the way. It's gonna be a banger.
I think it was first. I think it was last one. Third one. First one. Third one. Yes, I did remember it. Ta-da! I'm impressed when anybody manages to stumble through it because...
It's hard to just guess.
Yeah, I designed it to make brute forcing it extremely painful. That people would have to try and find the hint if they want. Oh, that was almost perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arrow just fucking bimboed her way through it.
Oh.
Arrow is like... Arrow has power.
Yeah. God, I am...
It's last one, third one, first one, third one.
I'm eepy.
Yeah, you're completely unkillable, Arrow.
So this section here, I always wanted to be really sort of creepy, maybe even scary a little bit. But I felt like it didn't quite have the vibe before with the design we had for this guy, so towards the end of development I sat down and redesigned him, and then Biss contributed to making a certain part of it that's coming up much more intimidating than it was before. So I think it turned out really good.
I did see that. Hey, did you send the crash you send the crash information?
Yeah, I think we fixed
So
it.
that we can...
And it seems
Okay,
to
cool.
have happened because she killed the long legger that chases you.
Oh.
Which you're not supposed to be able to do.
Oh,
and you can only,
that was what that clip was.
And you can only do that because you shortened Haley's hitbox. It used to be you couldn't get him.
Well, it was a good change. Did
So
y'all
we're gonna have
know
to think
Haley's
about that some
hitbox
more,
used to be a pixel taller than her, than her actual sprite?
I thought it
Like,
was
it
the
used to
same
be
height as her
so
sprite.
tall, and it would hit my head all the time. And I made it like half that, and it was one of the best changes I made.
You know what I find really funny?
Yeah.
The fact that Elena made an enemy that you can kill, and then made it so that if you kill it, it makes the game crash, and then complains at you for making the hitbox smaller.
You're not supposed to be able to kill it there, though. I mean, the guy just boxed it in so you couldn't hit the top of it.
This is like if you opened the fridge door and a load of rats flew out, and they're like, "You fucking idiot! You let the rats, you dumbass!"
You should have kept the fridge closed. Anyway, this guy
So are we
gives
just
out
gonna
some
make
lore.
that guy unkillable then?
Huh?
What?
You're very
Are we just gonna
muffled
make that
today.
guy unkillable then?
No, we've already fixed it. No. Elena just had a little bit of sloppy code that just sort of poops a little, and we unpooped it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you can still kill that guy.
Yeah, you can still kill him.
Oh,
figure it
okay. All right.
Anyway,
I'm on board with
so
that.
this guy has a lot of gray area lore.
Gror, as it's known in the industry.
The what? Souls lost, do not leave here. Not what you deal with in tampering with them. Ta-da! This is what Biss improved. Biss did this animation.
The new
So
version startled me when I first saw it. Like, even though I knew there was gonna be a jump scare, like, I think just the way that it's different startled
it used
me
to just
anew.
have high resolution eyes, but Biss had the idea of making the whole thing high resolution and make it look like it's like getting right up in your face, basically.
The shape of the eyes is really, like, voiced up, too.
Yeah, this made it more, analog horror-y.
Yeah, pretty much.
I really like how that turned out.
Oh shit, cool tips gray area guide? That'd be awesome, Arrow.
I really like how the village turned out. I finished
Oh
the
my
village
God,
about...
Arrow.
Basically, just about a year ago. I was finishing the village.
Arrow, if you do that, you need to, like, really lean into the unofficial guide stuff and have, like, included artwork for the characters, but they're drawn by you, slightly off model. Like, in that way where, like, I think sometimes, like, am I right in saying that sometimes guides would, like, make the art look intentionally off, so it's, like, less suable or something?
So,
I
an
feel like that's a
update
thing.
that happened since last time we streamed this. These guys don't hurt you for... I increased the window where they don't hurt you, so that people won't get surprised and hurt by them immediately anymore.
Oh, sweet.
It takes them about 10 frames, I think, to start hurting you.
I'm kind of glad.
Which is enough time that, if you're going quickly, you'll just kind of phase through them.
I'm kind of glad that, like, Grey Area doesn't have, like, full voice acting.
Though I might make it so that, rather than, wait, I shouldn't use the bunny there, I should do that the proper way. I might make it so that they still bounce you. That they still feel solid. But that they just don't hurt you. I think that might be a good compromise.
It'd be interesting behavior Because, like, nothing else in the game does that, right?
I guess that's fair. Here we go.
Anyway, I was saying I'm really glad that like the gray area isn't a voice acted game, because I would fucking hate to hear what's coming out the mouth of a Zalos as it runs at you. It looks so goofy.
I want them to make some kind of sound.
I always envisioned them as silent because they're inspired by these creatures from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children that are called Hollows.
Yeah.
That's why they're called Zalos. They're called the Hollows. And basically they're invisible to most people. And they're like really weird and lanky. Or in fact they're invisible to everybody except for the main character who has a special ability to see them, basically. And yeah, so, and they're just like completely silent. Nobody can detect them. Ta-da! Just do the puzzle without even reading the dialogue or anything. I've had some people ask me about this.
Is this your first time? What?
What?
Is this your first time seeing the thing I did to the camera here?
Oh yeah. Good. I like it.
Oh good. What like, I'm glad. I feel like the framing is a little weird, but I'm glad I did it.
No, I think it's perfect. Because you can see everything all in one spot here.
Maybe I'm just self-conscious.
I was gonna say, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children I think was a big influence on me. I really love that series. It's really good.
I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
One of the most interesting parts of that series is that the author likes to collect old photographs, particularly ones that look weird, you know? Ones that had like old-fashioned Photoshop done to them, basically. You know, like stuff you do under the developer thing. I forget what it's called. I should remember. I took a photography class. But yeah, and then so they take these really weird photographs, and then just incorporate them into the story, basically. Like all the characters and everything in the books are based off of these weird old photographs and stuff like that. Is that cool?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you can tell that he's just kind of coming up with it, with the story, based on the pictures that he finds as he goes. But like, it's also charming in that way as well. So like, I don't fault it for being like that. But I think it was an influence on this game in particular, just because it's another one of those stories where seemingly ordinary kid ends up going to like another world, basically. So in this case, the other world is that they have the... So in this world, there's these people called peculiars, right? And they all have some sort of weird thing about them, some kind of power or something, right? Some of them is like mundane, like there's a kid who has like a mouth with really sharp teeth on the back of their head. And then there's a girl who can like control fire, stuff like that, right? And the main character's power is that he can see the hollows. Which are like the main villains of the series.
If Zalos aren't supposed to make sound, then what? Why does Reese talk?
Because he's different.
No, I think they all sound like Reese. When they chase you like that, oh, wait, oh, hold on, no! Can I have a minute of your time?
Anyway, I got sidetracked there, talking about that book series, but I've had some questions about this puzzle, so I just wanted to explain it really quick. Because, like, so... These two are the twins from In the Village, in the pizza house, right? And they're looking that way. And they face what they desire, which is you gave them the eyes, so you put the eye there. and then ever haunted, which refers to this symbol, which is on the picnic table in the village, and the little guy says, what a haunting symbol that is etched into the table.
I like to think that that guy's name is Everest because
Ever haunted.
that. Yeah, exactly.
We got that doodad. Let's go bring it back while I'm thinking about it.
I wish I had time to change all the exits to like ones that you just walk through without having to like interact.
You know
you
what?
do.
What?
You know what's on my mind at the minute?
Yeah.
Doodad implies the existence of a don't mum.
Okay.
Also, here's where you get the hint for how to get through the haunted house. He says, remember to check the shelves carefully all the time. He basically just explicitly tells you how to get through there, if you manage to find him saying that. Also, this is Reese, by the way, if anybody was wondering who we were talking about.
Talk to Reese now.
You gonna read it for us?
No, you do it. You do an impression of me doing it.
Oh boy.
No.
Do it.
No. Do your voice, Biz.
Okay, no, it sounds like Cass wants to do it.
Oh, sorry. I know I look a little scared. Hang on.
That's
wait.
the wrong British accent. I can tell you
It's too
immediately.
posh, right? Right?
No.
Okay, you know I'm terrible with accents, but I can try. Oh, sorry, I know it. Oh, hang on. That was just posh again.
Squirm
I'm
for
really
me,
trying
Yankee.
out.
Squirm.
I'm too American. I can't do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Oh, sorry. I know I look a little scary, but I'm actually just trying to settle down here. I'm kind of tired of scaring and chasing stuff around. I want a quiet laugh.
Yeah, so...
This only you can capture the intricacies of different British accents.
So the original version of Grey Area, I was very concerned with making sure it was like very like creepy
It's actually
and
more
somber,
of a skill shoot,
right?
to be honest. What was that, Elena?
So with the original Grey Area, I was very concerned with making it very like creepy and somber, and the way that I thought to do that, like the way that I thought that that would work is if I made the game like really serious and the characters like really verbose, basically, like they speak in like very sort of like fancy ways of speaking.
So you're telling me that you were like little Babby?
Yeah. Like I thought if they used like fancy words, then it would sound ominous.
Yeah.
So the original Grey Area was a very humorless game. So one of the things, so I was inspired, of all things, by the end of Little Inferno, which has sort of a somber mood to it, but it's also infused with a lot of humor. It has a very sort of whimsical feel to it as well, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was my goal with this version of Grey Area, was to put a lot more whimsy into the game was before.
I like the balance. Right.
What is that?
I like the balance that it strikes.
Yeah.
I think it works really well. I feel like
Haley was a silent protagonist before as well, and she had basically no personality.
Oh yeah.
So one of the main things that I did in this as well was actually give Haley a personality and a character.
That is so fucking good.
And now she's like, I was talking about, I made her so endearing to me that she's like, in my head, she's like actually my daughter. She's my actual child in my head now.
I think you did a really good job with her, because like, everybody really likes her writing.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I really like it.
Well, hey there. This is one of my favorite parts of dialogue in the game, by the way. Ever heard of black holes? What's that? Basically, it's a thing you don't want to touch. Anything that falls in never comes back out. Oh, just like my mouth. Yeah, it's like a big mouth. And you don't want to get eaten. However, if you just get close, gravity gets different. You can use it to get to higher places, be careful. I'm careful. I kinda doubt that, considering you're here. Good luck, though. I love that one.
I love Brent Helt.
I love when Haley says, "I'm careful." That's like exactly the kind of like thing that a kid. That's like what kids are like. Like that's what I was like when I was little. Like
Yeah.
no matter what your character traits are, like you can easily convince yourself that you are something. Like
Ouch. A little bit of a wombo combo there.
A bit of a one-benus combinus.
I really enjoy my level design. That's why it's designed the way that it is. Because I like it. Oh, come on.
Haley carefully fixing the thing, though.
Yeah, I think this is one of the... This is a small one, but I think it's one of the harder challenge areas, weirdly enough.
When are we gonna make gray
Oh, there
area
you go.
racing?
gray area cart moment.
No,
Oh,
the
man.
nine
I really
carts.
like how that...
Haley's just doing the toddler with a knife run.
I really like how that spooky effect turned out. And
She's,
it's
she's
so,
like-
intense.
She's doing standing
cool.
dive.
She's just doing standing. I think that'd be like your boost. Like that's what you get for like doing a drift. Is you get standing
Hello,
dive.
koala.
Do we have a name for that trick?
What was that?
Do we have a name for that trick, by the way?
For what trick?
Like when you dive from standing on the ground. Oh, it's quality engineering. Hi.
No,
I personally would call it the hop.
cut you off guard.
Mostly because it reminds me of the thing Mario does in Sunshine, where he's like huff 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 huff.
If people... so there's some lore stuff that comes on screen, but only very briefly. With those... I'm considering, at some point, posting those somewhere for people to look at directly. If they don't want to bother
Elena,
trying
you
to
know
find
that
them themselves.
you know that one animation that wasn't playing?
Yeah,
Did we do the update that fixed that?
remember?
Swag! I'm just checking, okay? Because I know there's some stuff I've done that isn't.
That's what
in place yet.
1.0.21 was for. Fix that, and a couple other
I'm
things.
keeping track of these numbers.
I was really hoping people would get into the lore in this, because I put a lot in there. Have I put out the chase update yet, though? The what? What chase?
Oh, it's just Arrow's favorite JoJo opening. Don't worry about it.
I love this dialogue. Same way as anyone else builds a house, I imagine. But you don't have hands or anything? You're just a big eye, right? More questions. I was talking to Vis before about this. I want to give a little bit of extra thought that I had behind this, which is that so obviously his dialogue is very goofy, right? It's played for laughs, but it's also the implications that I intended for it to have are about the gray area as a whole and this place that he's in, which is it doesn't make any sense that he built this house, does it? And he avoids all the questions about it, right? He never says anything that makes sense about how he built this house.
Yeah.
And it's because I think of this as being basically like last Thursdayism, right? The idea that the universe came into existence
Oh.
in exactly the state that it was last Thursday,
Yeah.
basically. Where this place just kind of spawned in like this, right? And the eye, like, remembers he built this place or whatever, right? But in reality, it just kind of, it's just here like this, right? And so he doesn't answer your questions because he doesn't have an answer. He built this house,
I
but
get it.
it just spawned in like that last Thursday, actually. So
It's
it's like this place kind of has, like, it has a history, but that history came into existence with everything else, if that makes sense. Kind of the idea I was going for.
Elena, this might be a weird thought, right?
Uh-huh.
But like the entire time you were describing that, my brain for some reason started imagining some sort of weird crab ball. And it was really upsetting. Like, the crab ball's carapace had some really big gaps on it, and it upset me.
I'm sorry.
Like, it's just like this weird armored ball of crab exoskeleton.
I'm sorry I made you start imagining that, I guess.
Yeah, it's your fault. I hate you.
Oh.
Oh, did you hear about cow balls?
Huh?
Yeah, apparently sometimes cows just give birth to like a little ball of cow.
Huh?
Yeah, it's just like a little flesh lump that's got cow pattern and cow fur on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
It's the physicist's dream. The perfectly spherical cow.
Oh my god, it is!
What? Is it... Like, I assume it's just dead, right? Like, this isn't real, right?
No, this is real. They're not alive. They don't live. I can't imagine they live any meaningful amount of time. But yeah.
What?
They're
I'm
just...
looking this up right now.
Let me look through my faves on Twitter. I'll try and send it to you. But yeah, there's a little ball of cow. Maybe don't go looking for images, because I'm going to get you a picture of one which is not, like, gross.
So this moment here
yeah, good thinking.
So this
I do want to sleep tonight.
So this moment here where Haley puts the things in the tree's face, Callie came up with that.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That was Callie's idea.
That feels like something Callie would do.
I thought that was such a good idea, I put it in. Not quite what I had in mind, but this will do. And then this is my favorite. I think this is my favorite dialogue in the game right here. Hi, Mr. Tree, how are you doing? I'm on my way home, I think. My life is a bit more interesting since you came around, thank you. And you've given me a way home. I once again would smile if I was not so stiff.
Wait, I think I've never seen this dialogue.
And if my face was not filled with several different objects. Why did she put them there? That last part's why it's my favorite. Why did she put them there?
By the way, if you Goober Groves aren't watching Fiona and Cake, you should be. Watch, like, regular Adventure Time first. But yeah, you should be watching.
Yeah, just flick through Adventure Time as like a prerequisite for Fiona and Cake. Knock it out in a weekend.
Yeah, just watch it. You know, you can watch it in a day. It's my favorite shit. I love Adventure Time so goddamn much. This is my advertisement for a thing that doesn't need advertising.
Hey, Cass.
Oh, here's also good. Hey, wait a sec. Did you just... I picked the nose. All along, I wanted the village to just be leading up to a punchline like that. I was like, oh my god, what if the thing in the way was a big nose, and you get a lockpick?
Reminds me of that pencil eraser.
Yeah, I was gonna say!
And you pick the nose. Oh yeah, so you see this, like, weird, like, guts background? It's like there in that little area, and
Oh, right, that was gonna be a whole level, right?
yeah, the original version of Gray Area was an entire level. But by the time I got here, I was like, okay, there is so much of this game, and I need to get it finished. I am not making it another entire level and another entire tile set.
I'm still upset about the loss of the Haley's gray house. Like, you're killing me out here. I swear I would have done it if I had been allowed to. I would have done it.
It's okay. It's okay. There'll be time. One day it'll happen. in the abysmal gray area remake.
Oh yeah, I want to explain a little bit of lore here, by the way. So
With the
this is spoilers for what's coming up. So if you haven't played the game yet, past this point, this is a little bit of spoilers. But we know the Grey Girl is not the Grey Girl, right? She's a goddess.
Yeah.
And so she can't go any closer to where the Guardian is because there's I haven't thought this part through too much, but it's just there's some kind of field, some kind of force that gods are not able to pass, right? This is some sort of thing that's beyond them, even, right? Something more fundamental to reality than the gods. So she can't go in there.
It's a bit like how the regional match is always a lot more nice to most of the employees than normal matches.
But Haley, being just a normal person, she's not affected. You know, just normal stuff can just pass through there. So that's why she can't get in there, and she needs Haley to get in there for her. And whatever this force is, it's something that's put out by the Guardian itself. That's why when you defeat the Guardian, she can get in. Now, something I didn't put much thought into is... actually, I have put a little bit of thought into it, which is why does she need a child to be the one to do this for her, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thought that I put into it was just that children are easier to get you, like, it's easier to get a child to listen to you.
Right.
Like
that's what I was thinking.
But she needed a child who was able to, like, survive the gray area, basically, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the implication is she's been doing this many times, right? She's been luring children in to try and get them to do this.
Oh, wow, Sasha, that's really sad. You should beat Elena up over that.
Like, it's not just happenstance that Haley ends up in the gray area.
Yeah, well, because there's a little premonition at the... Remember, in her dream, she sees the gray
You're
girl.
right. I didn't really think about that. Damn, I didn't know that, honestly.
I see.
I thought she just kind of ends up there by chance.
So where's Gray Area Royale dropping?
But yeah, basically Haley's just the first child who was able to, like, do all of this.
Is Gray Area Royale, like, 100 babies are dropped into the Gray Area, and the first one to kill the horse wins? And the Gray Girl's on the announcer, like, you gotta go! Kill him! First one to kill him gets candy!
This lore is concerning, I see. Let's, like, imagine a version of this story where she's not luring one child in at a time, but like 100. And she's like, alright, go get it.
It just turns into Takeshi's Challenge. You ever seen that show?
God.
Oh my god. Has Amy ever seen Takeshi's Castle?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's see if I
Takeshi's
get this
Castle is at
cutscene.
least the British TV name for it. Let me see. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, are there fucking gifs of this?
I've never seen this cutscene not happen. For me. Oh yeah, there it goes. If you see the exclamation point, you know that it's working. Because I've noticed sometimes when the Guardian doesn't show up, also the little exclamation point doesn't appear.
Wait, we didn't fix that?
I don't know how to fix it.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Alright,
have never recreated the issue, so I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, well, I reported that when it happened to Phoenix. I guess I imagined that you fixed it.
I can't fix
Okay.
it because it doesn't happen on my end ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so for the record, Takeshi's
By the way,
Castle.
this is the section that I want to be allowed to like redesign a little bit, just to remove the cubby holes, so that
cubby
people
holes?
actually go there. Like, because the way that you actually go through it is you just bonk off the right wall and get onto the middle pillar, right?
Yeah.
But when people come in there, they're like, "Oh, I jump into these cubby holes and I jump back and forth, and then I go on top." But like, I think that route is like too slow and it's like almost impossible, and people
Yeah.
get stuck there. I want to remove the cubby holes altogether so that like
I don't know
people.
I guess I'll let you do it because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll take that as take that as license.
I think I might stop you arbitrarily.
What?
I think I might stop you.
Oh,
One
okay.
person said they liked the cubbies, so now everybody must endure them.
What?
Oh, I was saying Takeshi's Castle this entire time, right? I didn't go for the modern version. Fall Guys, that's what it is. It's just Fall Guys.
Oh.
Thousands of little children just bumping into each other and falling into pits.
Wait, are you like above me in the pecking order? What? How actually do we like make this decision?
Well, the thing is, I can kill you, so that's how it works.
I'm so curious how people feel about the lore in this, and like I wanna see people make theories and stuff. I've always been
Wait, genuinely,
oh, man.
genuinely. So it's
Yeah, you
not
can
good
stand
to
between the
establish a
hands.
pecking order, right? Because the second you establish a pecking order, somebody ends up feels like they're above criticism, right?
Right. Well, like obviously Elena, like I feel like Elena is at the top, and then everybody else is just in the same pool.
And Elena's
It is my
kind of at the
game.
top, kind of at the top.
This is
I
my
can
baby.
I could withhold kisses for like a month, and that basically gets her to do whatever I want. You like put Elena in the dog. It's like one of those fucking Simpsons. It's one of those fucking Simpsons episodes where Elena implements some stupid mechanic, and then by the end of the episode, she has to be like, "I'm sorry, Marge. I know I fucking suck, but I love you." And I'm like, "Oh."
Why are you underwater? Like, why are you like blowing bubbles? Like you turned
He
into a
filled the
fish.
house of water. That's the stupid thing he did this episode. Was he turned his entire family into inklings and flooded the house with goop.
Oh.
Or some weird shit like that. Is it funny how many episodes of The Simpsons and by extension Family Guy are just like I'm sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, so here's
Take
some,
me back.
Here's some development
Wife.
lore. This is
Do they do that on Family Guy?
They did it
I'm
on
trying
early
to talk about
Family
the game.
Guy,
Shut
which
up.
is just
No
Simpsons.
shit. No Family Guy. So this is the part of the game where I got stuck the first time I was making this game. Back in 2017, I was trying to make this boss fight, and I never finished it. And then when I came back to finally make it, I wanted to make it more interesting. So that's where the hands came in and all that stuff. Because it used to just be slam, like that was it. It didn't have any other attacks or anything.
I'm so glad horses can die.
So I really wanted to complicate it.
Could you throw some Subway
Could you throw
surfers
some
in the
Subway
corner?
surfers in another corner?
So this cutscene as well I had planned since 2016. And I only finally got to make it recently. It worked this time.
You know what this scene is, don't you?
What?
This is the less self-indulgent version of the, like, moron scene from Portal 2.
Would you have even done it if I'd said otherwise? You passed my expectations. You have no idea how long I've been trying to make this happen. Even the perfect combination of unquestioning and capable. Exactly what I needed to get that thing out of my way.
Is it on purpose that the gray girl uses a lot of commas in random places? Because I
Those are
wanted to
for a
go in
pause
and
in her
remove...
cadence.
Okay.
Like it's literally just what a comma is.
Yeah.
Right?
It's to show the way she's speaking.
Okay. That's like unorthodox, but I like it.
That's how I always use commas.
That's not enough. That's literally what a comma exists for.
No,
So like this
no,
is
they're-
like, see
they're,
here,
like,
she's like, and out of
rules
yours
for-
too, kid.
well, like there are rules for where commas go, right?
Well, the
like,
rules are kind of. Well, I mean, okay, so like if you're like in a
See, my
school and your
philosophy-
teacher sucks.
I was gonna say,
then
my
yes.
philosophy for writing dialogue is to write it as naturally as possible. So I use
Right.
things like commas and periods and stuff like that to dictate the cadence that the character is speaking in, as opposed to using
Right.
strict grammatical
I'm not
rules.
necessarily against it. All I'm saying is that it's unorthodox.
I'm just explaining how I do it.
I think it's not unorthodox. I just think a lot of people have bad teachers that don't explain shit well.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been complimented many times in my writing for writing my character so naturally. And I think it just comes down to... well, I was talking to Abyss about this recently. And what I do when I'm writing dialogue is so I noticed in a lot of writing, you know, dialogue follows the same grammatical rules as everything, right? But when people talk, they don't talk like that, right? They don't necessarily use perfect grammar all the time. Their thoughts aren't perfectly well structured, you know? So I try and put myself in the shoes of the character and think about, like, what are they thinking, right? So I often, like, cut them off or things like that in certain spots, and you kind of get an idea of what their thought process might be, but they haven't given it to you completely because you can't read their mind, right?
Yeah.
So, like... Well, if it was like a proper book or something, I could especially get away with that because then I could explain in the prose what their thoughts were, right? But when it comes to dialogue, I try to do it really, really naturally. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on that before, so I keep doing it.
Congratulations. That's good. Sorry, I almost fell asleep then for some reason.
The cow sphere.
Yeah, it's a cow
It's
sphere.
loading. It's loading. I'm about to see it. The cow sphere. Oh my god.
Could you imagine if
So
there was
this
a new
effect,
version
by the
of...
way, of the little thing when she's transforming, comes directly from the main menu screen of Pizza Time Explosion.
Oh, cool.
I just wholesale plopped that object right in.
This is cranked up bonk ass. What the hell?
Also, I want to mention, you know the intestines that spin around our legs?
Yeah.
Took me an entire day to animate just that.
Wow.
I don't know why it took that long. It seemed a little absurd that it took that long, but it did.
Alan, can I ask you a lore question?
Yeah,
Is the poop in there?
hope not.
Because you have a lore question.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Huh?
What are the intestines doing?
Spinning?
Why? Do they have blood flow?
I don't know. That she just has flesh stuff around, you know? She just produces it naturally.
I like to imagine that if you asked her in universe, this would be her thing. Is like, I don't know, it's like flesh stuff. That's like my thing.
Like, I don't know, maybe like matter around her, like if she stays in one place for too long, matter around her starts to congeal into flesh and blood and stuff.
Oh.
Like,
Oh
there's
my
just
God,
like, it
could
just
you-
sort of
oh,
like in the
that's
middle of there,
scary.
just kind of like it
Imagine if you
squirts out,
hugged her and then your arms were suddenly flesh. That'd be gross.
You know, I don't know what to... quite explain the lore of everything that's going on here, because that's stuff that's gonna get explained later on down the line in a future game. So my lips are sealed on that for now.
It's wild to me how far you plan ahead, Elena.
AC. There's at least one more major game in the way before I can do my finale game, where the story wraps up. There's other games I want to do that fill in the story more, but there's only one more that has to happen because it establishes all of the rest of the main characters, basically.
I feel like we're closer than I think.
Yeah.
The time scale of all this is like gonna be bonkers. Like
Yeah,
we're all gonna be like.
I don't think any of the rest of these are going to take me 3 years to make.
Oh really?
So,
Not even
yeah.
like 3 Fates or anything?
No, I don't think 3 Fates will take me 3 years. It's
Wow.
a much smaller in
Why?
scope game than this.
Really?
Yeah, 3 Fates
But it's
is...
got like the 3 tabs and everything.
Yeah, but it's basically just the size of a classic Castlevania game in my mind. The size and scope of one, so it's gonna be pretty short. We're like more like a super climb up type of.
And also,
game.
I'm gonna be the one. I'm doing engine again. And I'm gonna put the work in. I am gonna fucking comment
Also-
the fuck out. But don't interrupt me. I'm gonna comment the hell out of this. I'm gonna make
Hey,
little
we're
fucking
coming.
tutorials on how to explain how to implement features. We are not having separate objects for player states. I swear to God, Elena, you will fucking work within the confines of my system.
I'm excited for y'all to come into the beautiful mind palace of my beautiful, perfect, well-organized engine for my roguelike. Man, I cannot wait to get development rolling on that thing. I'm jazzed. This thing is gonna be perfect and everyone's gonna love it. And it's gonna be the greatest thing to grace this goddamn earth. My roguelike's gonna be great.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, also another thing that'll make future games happen faster is a lot of asset reuse. There was very little asset reuse in this game because there were so many unique locations. Right? So many places that needed bespoke assets.
Because to me, asset creation is like a thing I do for fun before I make the game.
Well, I enjoy it too, but like, it takes a lot of time. So the less of it I have to do, the better.
I can't believe y'all like asset creation. I can't believe you don't live in worlds of beautiful code.
Also, I want to mention Biss voiced the goddess.
Yeah. I did that.
There's some unused voice lines in there. I feel like people are gonna if anybody ever goes digging for unused content, they're gonna be like, damn, what is all this?
Yeah, there was like a lot of unused lines that you specifically wanted us to go with, but then Elena vetoed it.
Yeah, I pushed
didn't
for
like
some
how-
like
I'm
actual
sorry.
voice lines during the fight, and
It's
they were like
just-
in there at one point.
It just
But-
didn't fit the vibes I wanted.
Yeah, I
get it.
kind of felt like that, and I didn't want to
yeah,
say
here's
anything
a-
because it's like easy to do voice acting imposter syndrome thing, whatever. But like, they did feel like not.
Here's a
Not
detail for
quite.
you.
Yes, go on.
So Haley's like kind of depressed now at this point in the game, for obvious reasons, right? So she doesn't do her little idle animation anymore, where she like rocks on her heels. For the rest of the game, she doesn't have that idle anymore.
No.
I suggested that, right?
Huh?
Did I suggest that?
If you did, we just both had the same idea, because I intended that all along.
Oh yeah, I think I remember a conversation where I said like, "Oh, she should like stop doing that idle animation."
Oh yeah, I think, and then I was like,
later
oh
in
yeah,
the
I already
game,
did that.
And then you were like, "Yeah, I already did that." Yeah.
Also, I wanted to say how, so you see the background
I think
here
that
with
was
the
before I
silhouetted
was
trees?
working on the game.
So you see these tree silhouettes?
Yeah.
I made those just by taking my mouse and just scribbling. That was kind of fun. I think
They look
turned out
really good for scribbles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I scribbled more lower down and then less as I go up. But
Your
that was it.
trees are always really pretty, honestly.
Thank you. I've
Like,
been improving
they're
at
one
them
of the
over
best.
time.
They're one of the best things you do in pixel art.
Yeah. So the next game, I'm gonna like formally announce this soon, but like this is my first time talking about it publicly. My next game project is just gonna be remastering Super Climb Up.
Hmm.
Speaking of asset reuse,
And when are we doing
'cause
the pizza time update?
I think somebody's knocking at the door. That'll probably happen around the same time too, because it's small.
Okay. I'm gonna be going whole hog on my roguelike, but I want to be involved to some degree with these projects.
Yeah.
It would suck if like Gray Area had like this higher level of polish because I was on it, but then like future projects didn't.
You don't trust me to polish my own game?
It's just like a really big job, you know? Like it was basically the entire thing that I did for like months, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of asset reuse, this location, the Mysterious Towers National Park, came from Super Climb Up. So when I remaster Super Climb Up, I'll use these tiles. That was part of the reason for making this level, was I was thinking towards the future. I was like, oh, I can use these when I remake Super Climb Up.
I really like what this place does for like this leg of Haley's journey, because it's like I like the buffer it creates in the narrative where like she's kind of had this betrayal and now she feels like lost and like she doesn't know like where the hell she is or like what's going on. Because I think if you jump straight to like the Gray City, like you would kind of miss the chance to have that. Soup?
Also, speaking of Super Climb Up, this dialogue right here comes directly from Super Climb Up. But I don't think it's the exact same sign that you read in Super Climb Up because it doesn't make any sense, but like I imagine these are at like the park entrances, basically, you know?
Right.
Koala, I know.
And
I know.
the shape of my life.
I watched your. When I watched your stream of this, Koala, I saw you comment on. You didn't think that ancient ruins made the most sense for climbing.
The shape of my life is going to change a lot in the next few months, but I really hope I still have time to work on games and shit.
Really need to play Super Climb Up. I
want my
like that game a
roguelike
lot,
out
but...
by 2026. I'm making it happen. I really want to make it happen.
Well, you're giving yourself years for that, huh?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think I've scoped it pretty smartly, but like shit takes time.
When
Like
I
think it's gonna take. I think it's gonna take a lot to polish and fix bugs and stuff, just because of how combinatorial it's gonna be.
But yeah, when I created Agnes, I had a feeling that she would probably be one of the characters that people like the most in this game. Like I knew I had gold on my hands here with Agnes.
I love Agnes. I got to name her. She's like my favorite character. I gave her the most scattered voice in the game. Like it like jumps all over the place.
Because she's really excited.
Yeah. And I imagine she's talking really fast. I kind of wish I made like talking speed like a parameter to control, because it would have been fun to make her like actually talk fast. I don't know why I didn't do that. I think I
see.
just didn't think of it.
Without giving away really anything about these ancient people or anything that's going on here, I just wanted to point out that in the hieroglyphics on the wall, oh, Biss fell asleep, by the way.
Oh no!
I hear them sleeping. I guess we can't do Sage then if they're gonna be asleep.
Oh shoot!
I'll just have to skip it and do F099. The hieroglyphics are things that these ancient people knew about. So you might notice some pizza stuff in there. So they knew about
They
the
knew
pizza
about
dimension.
the pizza dimension?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mute on the stream and see if I can wake up Biss.
Oh, we have a raider.
Biss is not waking up.
Oh, I should probably reblog
I
the
yelled at them.
announcement again.
Oh.
How much longer are we thinking of going?
Yeah.
Hi,
Looking.
wake up! You're on stream.
Er-
You're live.
uh-huh.
You're live, Biss. Biss,
How much?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. What the hell are you
There you
talking
are.
about?
you woke up! Hooray!
Oh, wait, now how much longer are we gonna go?
I'm
Oh,
hoping. Biss,
Ah!
wake
Don't
up!
spook me, you stinky!
I'm just gonna try and speed through this. I think I can finish the game in one go.
Oh shit! Wait, we're gonna.
Because
We're-
I
we're-
was kind of going
Okay,
slow
cool.
because I
Yeah, I'll
wanted to talk
reblog
about
the
some stuff,
announcement
but
again then.
as fast as I can. So hello, Smith.
Oh.
Also, that big mural has some stuff that is not going to make sense until I get further into my game series.
Mm.
Oh yeah, also wanted to mention the plans for the Super Climb Up remaster. Just new graphics for everything. At least one new area. New cutscenes, so you can see the protagonists being gay together. Or also, there's a skip for you if you're on a mode that allows you to damage boost.
Teehee.
Ouch.
Oh, I was gonna remove
And then new
that
menus.
wedge. See, this is why I wanted more time.
Too fast, I think. Also, that little, I always love to point this out, that little bone sound effect with the skeleton. I just did that with my mouth.
It's such a satisfying
just went-
sound.
Like that. And then edited a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to stream Sage with this today, I don't think. They're not awake enough.
Rip.
I always feel bad waking them up because they always get so upset. They always sound so
This is
mad that I
such a
woke them up.
creepy-
But then when they're awake, you're like, Elena, you gotta wake me up when I fall asleep. It's like the SpongeBob thing with Mr. Krabs.
Oh, I should have put a camera thing. Yeah. Oh, I wish like a bunch of stuff hadn't come up in the last 2 months.
Biss,
Aw. Yeah.
please, if you can't stay awake, we gotta kick you off the stream. You're being a little noisy. Biss? Biss? Oh, they're faking it.
Your lack of faith in me is disturbing. Ooh, it's pretty impressive.
What is?
Making a long
Oh, Didn't hit the checkpoint. That time I didn't hit the guy. Okay, well. I really like that jump where you bounce off the guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a fun one. Alright, how many tries is the boss here gonna take me?
I put a lot of work into this boss, by the way.
So this is also a bunch of lore that is very cryptic, and I don't think it's going to make a lot of sense until later, but... Well, this part's obvious what he's talking about, but... And this. Some of it's just this game's story. But, like, what this thing is and everything is stuff that I'm not gonna explain until later. I will say, I did want to give it the vibe that it's extremely old and maybe not quite working properly. Greybound as a primary identifier feels like the tip of an iceberg. Oh yeah. Okay, well I can give a minor thing with that. Very minor thing with that, because it's coming up. It's gonna be a thing that you'll see a lot in 3 Fates. Anyway, so I think I can give it away now because it's not really a spoiler. But in 3 Fates, so it's gonna have 3 playable characters, 2 of which use magic. In the game, characters will refer to them as being spellbound. Spellbound is the term that they use to refer to magic users.
Oh,
So, so then here you have also greybound as a term. Oh. I wanted the Clockwork Borbo to not, like, I wanted its actions not to be very parsable. It's like, why does it start fighting you? You know, like there's no stated reason. It doesn't usually take me too many tries to do this. Let's see how I do when people are watching. Also, we can thank Cassie for that door that closes there.
Yeah,
that.
I wish I'd
Also, we use 3D rendering to do this effect. It's just rendering,
it used to do
a wall.
It used to, like, the way the
Put that on
randomization worked, it would love to just pick that attack over and over and just
Biss?
spam it.
Okay, I'm Biss. Hold on. Where's my DMs with? Here she is. I'm moving the call away from Biss. They're being a little noisy. Cassie did a whole big pass over of this boss fight towards the end of development. If she rejoins the call, I'll have her talk about it. That was extremely unlucky placement on that green Borbo. That's not supposed to happen. I've never seen that happen, in fact. I think I probably could have avoided it. I was thinking harder about it, but... Because they didn't change calls. Hello?
Hello.
Did you wake up, Miss?
Huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, I was telling people you, oh, come on. You put a lot of work into this boss fight towards the end of development.
Yeah, my mind is not all there. I need to eat more. But yeah, I did.
You ever think about how they
Like-
made a Pokemon called Heatmore? Because it's an anteater and it sounds like eat more.
Oh, that's really clever! Whoa!
Because it eat the ants.
One of the things I did, was I put a lot of control on how it picks a path. Because it used to be very random, and it still picks randomly, but it used to love to do long string of the
Ouch.
big laser attack.
Ouch.
And I implemented a system where it if
Ouch.
it picks the same attack that it just did, then it re-rolls to a different attack. And only on certain attacks. And the big laser is one of the attacks that it will re-roll if it picks it again. And I also just reduced its presence in the random rolling
also
and
here's,
stuff.
here's a little teaser for you about one of my upcoming games. 3 Fates will see the return of this boss fight.
I feel
Obviously
like
it'll be a little different
feel like
because the gameplay will be different in that game, but...
I feel like it's not that exciting to describe the things that I did, because a lot of them
I
are
see.
just I adjusted some numbers here. I added
not
a
be that
system to
exciting, but
avoid it
people might still
repeating
find it
things.
interesting.
I made that little door. I made it so that on this attack, the green Borbos, they have a variable that keeps track of how many times they've screen wrapped. And then if they reach their max, then the next time they would screen wrap, they just disappear.
Ouch.
I made it so that when this attack happens, they go to their max wrap value. So the next time they go off screen, they just disappear, so that they don't interfere with that. I made it so that they also go to their max wrap when the boss runs out of health, because it used to be that the boss would run out of health and then it would just sit there and wait
I was doing so well.
until everything resolved, and the green guys could be going for a really long time
I really love
before
how
that
this-
happened. You'd just be waiting.
I really love how this boss turned out. I think it's really good.
Me too. I made it so that also the big laser attack can't happen if there's an energy ball out, because there would be times where you would hit the energy ball and then it would start the big laser attack, so the energy ball would miss and you would just not get the damage in, and that sucked.
I see.
So if it tries to do the big laser during that, it just re-rolls to a different attack. You see what I mean? There's just a ton of tiny little things I did that
Oh yeah, the cracks in reality delete Borbos, by the way. Just saw that happen to
Oh
say.
yeah, I like that detail. I could keep listing off things. I made that reticle zoom in faster because it used to be really slow. And I made it so that a bunch of attacks, the time between the attack ending and the next attack coming out is shorter. And I made it so that it shoots energy balls more often. You see what I mean, right? I could just sit here and list things, but it's
I think it's cool.
I feel like it's hard to it's not all that interesting, right?
Something I noticed
I
a
mean,
lot of
maybe
people...
it's
So
some
I've
people.
watched people playing this game now, right? And something I notice a lot
Yeah.
is people tend to just let Haley just sort of sit around. Whereas when I'm playing, she's going 90 miles an hour all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always jumping.
Oh, I I doubled the
Oh.
speed of like when you reflect an energy ball, it used to return to the
Okay, I think I beat
Clockwork
it. There we
Borbo
go.
at like the same speed that it came at you at, but I made it go faster because that's cool and it makes sense. But yeah, it's just a ton of little stuff like that
And there's her
that I
bunny.
did
The
all
bunny
throughout
comes
the
back.
game.
I made this with the Clockwork Barba. Not only teleports you back home, it also manages to give you your bunny back. After you drop
I
them.
made it so that the camera doesn't go outside of top-down sections because it used to go out into the black void a lot.
It's one of my favorite lines of dialogue.
I don't know, like it's hard to. There are a few things that make nice like blog posts,
child.
like Rumble or like the voices that I did and stuff. But
This scene ended up
it's
like the most haunting in the whole game, I think. Just where you find
yeah,
like
this
missing
scene is
child posters.
chilling.
And the TV, like, you can't, I don't know if anybody has noticed it, but very faintly in the static on the TV, you can hear the emergency alert sound.
Mm-hmm.
I was very careful with using that because I wasn't sure, like, what the copyright situation or legal situation was with that. And you're allowed to use it only in contexts where it can't be confused with the real thing, basically. So, the way I'm using it here, nobody's going to get confused and think that there's a real emergency alert happening, basically. Because basically I just don't want people to become desensitized to it, right? They want it to be, if you hear that go off, it's a real emergency alert, you know? But if you hear it faintly inside a video game, then they don't care. You're not allowed to use it in a TV show or a radio show or things like that. But you could use it, like, in a movie that's in a theater or something like that, you know? And also, here's the one song that I made in the game. It's just my voice edited. But I have the game audio very quiet. I don't know if you can even hear that song at the moment. Here we go. So this is a thing where my intention is... So, obviously, her parents weren't actually kidnapped, right? It's just... Like the goddess didn't take her parents specifically. It just kind of happened. And so, I thought of... Because I wanted to think of how I could motivate Haley to continue on this adventure, right? And I was just thinking her little child brain kicks in. And she's thinking of this like it's like a movie or a game or something, right? And like, oh, the villain kidnapped my parents, you know, I gotta go save them. That's sort of her thought process. Plus, I gotta imagine all of this happening is extremely traumatizing to her. So it's not like she's going to be thinking the most logically anyway. Especially as a child, so... That was kind of my thought process here.
Oh,
Very
I
fond
can't
of the music
believe
on this
that
level,
we
by the
didn't
way.
have this until like a few days before the game came out. But the collectibles in this level, they don't appear if you don't have the collectibles from like previous levels and stuff. Like you have to have I think you have to have all the previous stuff in order for the collectibles to
That is
appear
correct.
here. But up until like a few days before launch, you could still like go down the alternate paths to get to, like where you would get the collectibles.
At the one at the beginning here, you can still get into. And in fact,
Oh, yeah?
because you putting the Borbos there made the place more enticing. And there's been a few people who spent a lot of time forcing their way in there because of the borbos.
Oh.
So you kind of made people more likely to go into that one. Okay,
I
gotta
probably
we
should have
gotta make a
split it
different
off
call. This is being
tighter
too
then.
noisy.
Okay.
Oh, Biss?
I am watching.
Here you are. Biss,
Yeah.
we're not gonna be able to stream Sage. You're too sleepy.
I'm not sleepy. I'm just waiting for you to talk.
What?
So
Biss?
I'm waiting for you to talk.
I'm talking. I've been talking this whole time, Biss. What are you talking about?
You are a reader.
What?
You're a better cloud than you are.
Let's move over to a call with the two of us.
No, I am right here, standing far across these new frontiers.
I love you, Biss.
No, you don't.
Oopsie. What? Huh?
Cassie's trying to start that fucking call. No, you don't.
Oh.
If you guys have
Yeah,
calling
look,
to
there's
tell
the
me
glitch
you.
that I had reported to me today. Where that thing doesn't respawn. No, it does. Yeah, they just need to have an exception to respawn when you respawn.
Cool.
And then that problem will be fixed. Then the next little update, that glitch will stop happening.
I've just messaged Cass and L.
This is the opposite of what happened earlier. I tried to start a call with Cassie and she didn't come over. And now she's trying to start a call with me and I didn't come over. Okay, much better. I really like how this effect turned out, by the way, where you can see the background through the crack in reality.
Hello.
There you go.
But yeah,
Ow.
I put the boulders there like a few days before launch. Like I can't believe
Oh
we
yeah,
didn't
look, I got
block
both
those
cutscenes.
bugs or
Look at
anything.
that.
What? Oh,
I
it's
got-
frozen on my end. Wait, why is it paused?
Both cutscenes played for me.
I have never had the
What?
cutscene not playing.
Yeah, me neither.
What the fucking... Ooh. I'm gonna go on Cass, what you saying?
Yeah, so I put the Borbos there, like a few days before launch. Cause like, I was playing through that level, and I went down that entire path, and I was like, oh man, I don't have the things. God damn it. Like, I wasted so much time.
Aww.
Ouch.
I feel like the items should
Woo!
appear. I feel like the items should appear if you do end up going that way. Like, why don't they appear in the
Well, 'cause
first
you can't
place
get them.
anyway?
If they were there, like if you collected it and got nothing, that would make less sense.
Wait, huh? Why can't?
Because if you
What-
get those,
what do you
then you
mean?
get then you get the other ending.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get
You have to
it.
get everything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should just seal those up more thoroughly. I guess I imagine you got in using the bunny, right? Like,
Huh? Oh yeah, people had to use the bunny to get up in there, and also do a dive bounce off of a gulch.
okay, yeah, I should probably just like seal them up more thoroughly with the Borbos. I made a special Borbo object that just
see.
vanishes if yeah. Oh, just the
Just the
dive
dive
bounce.
Oh, okay.
Wait, we're at the end of the game? Oh
Yeah.
hell.
I told you I was gonna
Time
speed through it.
flies.
It's only been about a half hour since I said I was gonna speed through it, so...
I really like the red area chase sequence, by the way. It's some of the best platforming in the game. I did a lot of work on this boss, too.
Also, something that's interesting, I've noticed pretty much everybody else I've watched play the boss goes for bouncing off of the orb and hitting her in the face. But I almost exclusively hit her when she's going for a kick. That's kind of how I learned to do it.
I do a mix of both. I worked really hard to make the blood, like, stick to the walls and floor properly. Because actually, like, it used to be exactly like... Oh, I'm proud of those blood particles on the blood like those blood, projectiles on the blood tornado, too. I made those because the blood tornado used to, like, not be very exciting. Like, there wasn't really anything going on, so I was like, alright, this needs a projectile or something. And I made those, and I'm really proud of them. They're so juicy. They're so shaped. They're shiny.
Yeah, you did a good job, because originally I couldn't tell them apart from the rest of the particles, but now I can.
Yeah, we made them like flash, like some white in the middle, so that they're very visible.
Yeah, I saw people go for her when she's doing the kick sometimes, but not as often as I do it.
How would you feel if I did the kick?
What?
How would you feel if I did the kick?
I'd hit you in the face. Also, I didn't realize you made her do double kicks on the final phase until recently. When I was watching Koala do it, I realized she does double kicks.
Happening in sequence.
There we go. Wow, one try.
That was fast.
One try boss
This is
fight,
like my favorite part of the game, and we had like no time to talk about it.
Yeah, for people, so the final phase there, the location she goes to is a big reference to my previous game, Pizza Time Explosion, which takes place in the pizza dimension. And so that's the pizza dimension. Just because I'm realizing there's a lot more people playing this game than who never played any of my other games. Then there are people who know my previous games, so I just want to explain that's a reference to Pizza Time Explosion. In fact, it's a pre-reference to the sequel to Pizza Time Explosion, which I still haven't made yet. So it's a forwards compatible reference.
Yeah. I think that term is foreshadowing.
Okay. Cassie, you said you really liked the dialogue I wrote for after the fight.
Yeah. I just like that. I like the instant clarity. Something about it made me cry when I first read it. Like,
I see.
Just the heel turn from like one thing to another, where she's just instantly like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, I don't know, something about it.
Yeah. Many of us are... All realities are collapsing to one. Let's come back. It is not too late. Please hurry. It's clear how young she is. Oh, I see. Take a look again. Oh.
Are we gonna do the post game?
You mean like get all the items?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like go to a file that
I was
already
gonna
has
say,
them all.
I
and
can
do those levels.
I can use the save file you gave me.
Oh,
Here's a pizza dimension.
yeah. Did you not have a complete save file already?
Nope. Never bothered.
Wow.
Well, actually, I did before,
Really?
but I accidentally
What?
deleted
Wait, what do
it.
you mean? Wait, say that again?
I did before, but I ended up accidentally deleting it.
Oh. I swear we did not have like internal save editing tools or anything. Like I feel like it would have been easy to do, right? But we just didn't have it.
Ta-da! With the concern for her parents that's been driving her, but also the specific non-believing response to the goddess's initial apology. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's Haley's mom.
Oh my god, it's the hum.
Yeah, I was glad that you said you really liked the ending, Cass. I've been really fond of the ending.
Yeah, this part made me cry too. Like just like it's just like being a kid and going through this and then getting to go home and see your mom again, like it just hit me.
So this song is called Song for a Found Haley. The one that plays during the credits. Also a rule that I came up with after so originally this game was just its own thing, right? I didn't have an entire game world that I'd come up with yet. Also I want to point out what's on the screen, the crick. That came from a spore creature I made when I was like 12.
Oh,
And
I
that
didn't know
spore
that.
creature came from a dream that I had when I was 12. So,
oh,
yeah.
I got the honor of naming the crick.
I don't remember what my original name was for it, the spore creature, but I didn't want to use it because it... But anyway, I was gonna say, a rule I came up with for this world after I decided, after Super Climb Up, was that there are no, like, normal, real-life animals in this world, right? So the original version of Gray Area had a little dog in the park, so in this one I replaced it with a snark. And I was like, maybe there's, like, domestic fuzzy snarks, and that's what people have as pets in this world. I've had it pointed out to me a few times that I put birds back in it, but my excuse for that is like, oh, well, if you could see it up close, you could tell it's not like an earth bird. But you just can't tell because it's so low res and small. But if you could look at it closer, it's not a regular bird.
The birds are checkpoints, by the way, because there obviously weren't any checkpoints in the city level because there's no you can't die. But the bunny, I think we talked about this last time, but the bunny used to be on a timer. And it was like a really long timer, so like I would always find myself like standing around waiting for it to recharge.
I see.
So I changed it to like a free charge system where you have 3 bunny charges and they recharge at a checkpoint. But there were no checkpoints in the city, so Elena made the bird nest as like a checkpoint.
Also, Koala, your theory might be correct, because when I programmed in those new save spots, I assumed that having the level select would override it, because that's how it's intended to work, but I may need to double check that.
Wait. Setting the snark replenishes the bunny?
I didn't know it does that.
What?
Also, I was gonna
Does
say...
it really?
I was gonna say, so the goddess of Icar is called the goddess of Icar because, I wanted to make a goddess of life It was like different than how those are usually done. Like usually they're more like Mother Earth type of thing, like they're all like plants and flowers and like springtime sort of thing, right? But I wanted to make a goddess of life that was all about like the visceral existence of life, you know, the blood and guts and flesh and all that kind of stuff. Because that represents life just as well, you know?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Oh my god, Biss!
We have the sleeper.
So there's that. About the city, not respawning you. I thought all along, ever since like all the way back in 2016 when I was first making this game, I did not want Haley to be able to die in the city stage because I thought it would be too tragic to make a game where a child is walking to the grocery store and dies. I thought that
Wait,
was too
what were you
tragic.
talking about? I was between calls.
I was saying the reason you can't die in the city. All along, my point of that has been that I thought it would be too tragic if I made a game where a small child is going on a trip to the grocery store and then dies on the way.
Oh, but it's fine if she dies, like, in the gray area?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because that's actually dangerous, you know? I just thought it would be so sad if she was just walking to the store and died, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
never
kind of
thought of
silly of me, but that was my logic. And of course you can die in the secret level in the city, but that's because that's non-canon.
It does
It
kind
doesn't go
of
there
feel
canonically.
weird in Celeste, like, because like in the beginning of Celeste, like you're just kind of like pulling up to the foot of this mountain, right? And you're like Madeline talks to this old lady, and like there's a bit in the level where you almost get crushed by a falling thing, and you could die to it, you might. But she just says that like she almost died,
Oh,
like
you missed
in
that she
her
has a gun.
driveway.
Yeah, she's
And it
got a
somehow
gun.
feels raw in that moment. So it kind of like makes sense.
But yeah, so here you go. I drew this years ago, and I could not wait for people to finally see it at the end of the game. I was so excited for people to finally see this. I kept this under wraps for years. But yeah, this is your first glimpse at what's coming up later in my series. So there you go. It's Haley when she's all
My
grown up.
friend laughed really hard when she saw the gun.
Yeah, I know, you told me about that. That was great. But yeah, so basically, Gray Area is a prequel to the rest of my games, right? It's the earliest point in the timeline of all my games. The rest either happen concurrently with or after Pizza Time Explosion. So characters in this game will be older in the main part of the timeline, and characters in my other games are younger during Gray Area. Like Ella from
I was thinking recently
Pizza
about
Time
how Agnes
is a
is
kid.
probably like mid 30s or like 40 or something now.
Yeah,
Or
she's
well,
gonna
I guess
be...
we don't know how old she is now,
So
but like
yeah, I imagined her as early 20s here, and in the main part of the timeline she's in her 30s. Because there's probably like 10, 15 years in between Gray Area and the rest of my series. This says no forgiveness.
Oh no!
Well,
Biz, you were asleep!
Biz, you always tell me that you hate it when your snoring is on the stream, so I'm trying to respect your wishes and kick you out of the call.
You could have muted me! You could have muted me, you fucking ass! I'm gonna kill you!
Yeah, but then how would I know when you're awake again?
Because I would message you saying no forgiveness.
Well, then this is the exact same situation then, isn't it?
Anyway, L plus ratio, plus I'm gonna kill you.
If anybody has any like questions about the game, now would be a good time for us to answer them real quick before we move on.
When are you releasing Gray Area cart? I mean, racing.
Are you gonna do the bonus levels?
Right now?
Oh. Well, are we gonna do another stream for that?
We could. No reason why
Alright.
not.
Oh, we could talk about all the drama that went on behind the scenes of those.
But yeah, I had so much fun making this game, and I'm looking forward to making more stuff. This is basically just the first part in a much larger story I'm planning to tell, so...
I've heard the details. It's kind of radical highway zoning.
A gray area
Yeah.
village dating sim.
Said it before and I'll say it again. It's bonkers how far you plan ahead.
I see. I've been planning out this storyline since, like... I mean, parts of it were back in 2016, right? Because I always intended there to be a sequel to Gray Area, but then over time it morphed into the finale to the entire story of all of the games that I'm making, basically.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to release Gray Area Warriors?
Speaking of gray area village dating sim, all the villagers have names in the code. Because when I was giving them voices, I was like labeling like what voice went to what, and they all got names in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
if
that's kind of interesting.
when we do the gray area village dating sim, their names have to be intact.
Now I'm really worried. What the fuck did you call them?
Well, I don't remember, honestly. I definitely called Hank Prime, but I honestly don't remember the rest.
Most of the villagers in the credits are just called villagers.
I think you should have called the two pizza kids Crumb and Crouton.
Oh, I don't know what I called them. Damn. And now I wish I remembered, right? Well, I think they share a portrait. They probably share a name too. Oh yeah, look in the voice
right
code.
Where is the voice code?
It's in the text box. I don't remember exactly where it is there. I think it might be in one of the step events.
Text event. Object text box. There we go. 8. Not in step.
Oh,
not in draw.
Maybe it's in one of the draws.
Nope.
What?
Not there at all. Well, I'll just look up Hank. That'll...
Oh, nope. Yeah.
Nothing came up for Hank.
What? Seriously?
Prime?
Okay, look up
Oh, there he is.
Oh, sweet.
What? Why didn't it come up? Because Hank is just right there. The major characters... Minor characters... Villagers. So Hank Prime, Sign... Rise... Samosa... Noble... Reese... Ashley...
You have to say what they look like, so we know who's who.
There's no information here about which one is which.
Well, yeah, that's why I labeled them.
Okay, Cass, you know which one's which? Okay, that makes sense. That's
I think Samosa is probably the portrait for the pizza.
Okay, here we go. So Hank Prime is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Samosa was the Bughead one because of Samus.
Oh, Bryce is the gray one with the round head and the big eyes.
Wait, what?
Breyes.
Oh,
that's the one with the round head and the big white eyes. I think that must be short for bright eyes.
Well, I think it might have been like Bryce, but like eyes.
Oh, I see. Samosa, yeah, is the bug head. The little bird-shaped guys are noble.
Yeah, because I thought they looked like a nobility, like they look upper class.
And then there's Reese, and then Ashley is the weird goop pile.
Oh, I thought it was
Amelia
Ash.
is Amelia. and tree, and then the little lump that sits on the bench is snow.
Oh yeah.
That's a
I don't
cute
remember.
name.
I don't remember my thinking behind that. I mean, they were just like behind the scenes shit, so I would remember who was who. So it was kind of random as hell, but
Hey Bess,
they're canon
do
now.
you think you can stay awake long enough for us to play some Sage games?
Yeah, I've been waiting for that this entire time.
Okay.
Why do you think I fell asleep?
We're gonna make Sasha play the Five Nights at Freddy's platformer.
Yes.
Okay, we might start with that one.
All right, is that the end of the gray area stream then?
Yeah,
thank
gray
you
area is
everybody for
done.
watching. We'll come
we're
back
done
and do
whenever
one more and
it's
do the
over.
bonus stages later.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Good
Cassie.
luck.
For watching.
Bye
Don't fall in.
I guess we can't start with the Five Nights at Freddy's one because Sasha's busy at the moment. She might not be able to. So we gotta do something else first. And then when Sasha's ready, we can play that.
Let me go look at Sage's pages. Let me go look at Sage's pages again and see. Okay. David Get Keen, do that one.
David Get Keen. I don't think I downloaded that.
Weakling. Here you go. So we're doing this for like an hour, right? Maybe a little less?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do F099 for a little bit.
Okay, half an hour.
That's probably gonna be just a little bit. I shouldn't need a whole lot of time to check that out. So let's switch to